friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. This is Journal with Fran, and today I'm gonna do a very quick, hopefully quick, review and update on my journals and planners. I want to say for Q1, but I did a January flip and a February flip, so this is a March/Q1 review. So looking at all my journals and looking at my stack here, I'm gonna start with my everyday books. So the Hobonichi Weeks is my planner, and so we'll just do a quick check-in on everything here. So on the, I guess this year in review or the yearly overview, I track my steps. And so for the month of March, I did really well. I averaged 9,371 steps over the course of the month. There were only 2 days of the month where I was under my minimum 5K steps, and then there were 11 days of the month where I went over 10,000 steps. So I'm slowly getting to a place where I feel like I can start increasing my average. I would love to try for, 8,000 steps a day, and then 15,000 steps maybe will be like the new like golden goal. But that's the update there. For the monthly spreads, it's again, the Hobonichi Weeks is my planner, so I use a little bit of the leftover stickers from my Coffee Monsters Co. sticker kit, and I normally just write down, when we have appointments or we're going on like a little trip or something like that. So nothing too crazy here. I tried to start like a weight tracker on the bottom, but I just wasn't sure how I wanted to log that, so we'll just try again for the month of April. All right, what next? And then for my weekly pages, I did start trying to meal/calorie track as well as sleep track, and then track workouts. So the format looks a little bit different from February, but throughout March it's pretty consistent. So the first third column here are calendar events and reminders. Two-thirds of the columns here are for me trying to track breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then the added box column here is for workouts and movement. And then I have a sleep tracker on the top, tracking Miles's Miles's vitamins and bowel movements, and then my vitamins and workouts. And then I have the last chunk of paper here for my running to-do list for the week. So I pretty much just did that all week. Didn't really get a chance to add stickers, but just used like different colored mild liners. So I think the only difference I'm gonna try in April is I don't think I need 2 boxes here for my meal tracking. I actually track my calories on an app, so I think I'm just gonna do calendar, like a summary of my calories, like maybe just tracking how much I stayed over or under, and then this third box for my workouts, because I really do like seeing it over here. So that's what we'll try in April. And then I think that's it for the Hobonichi Weeks. And then for my B6 Sterling Ink Daily Planner, this is my daily journal. So the first thing that I track here is my where if I shop at a store, and then what ink I used that month. So for March, I used my Pilot Kakano the most, 9 days out of the month, and then I used my TWSBI Espresso the next, that was like the runner-up for the month, 6 days out of the month. So I only used my black ink 3 days out of the month, so that's really cool. I'm getting better at using color. And then I actually did not finish my monthly happy moments, but I used the monthly view here to just track like my highlight or moment for the month. So see, January is all full, February was really simple, and then March we added a little bit more stickers. So I actually have to go in and put the 4 more highlights here, but no worries, because in my Hobonichi weeks, I do have just like a messy running list, so that way I don't have to like read through my journal entries if I forget. So I can just reference a quick list here, find a sticker that matches, and then quickly do that. So April's also set up as well. And then now for the flip through of the month. So my currently inked was here. I do believe I talked a little bit about the inks in my April currently inked video. I was reviewing March, so I'm not gonna do too much on that. So you can kind of see all the different colors for the month. I really love the blue inks. Like, it's just so beautiful. This is when we took an impromptu road trip to SoCal, so I didn't have a lot of time to like sit down and journal, but I journaled a lot when we got back. Got some lots of Happy Mail. A new Costco opened up nearby, so we visited that. This was like Miles's name tag at a play structure. Got some boba. Got Happy Mail here. I ended up buying a pen that was being destashed, so I'll talk about that in a future video. Barnes and Noble. I started playing around with using more of my pens for like headers. And then took a trip to Monterey, and then boom, here is one of my favorite pages in my journal. So between every new month, so see August 31st, there's 2 blank grid pages before you get to the month overview, and then the first of the following month. And so I decided to use the blank pages as basically like a ephemera, like overflow space. If like there's no space, oh, this was my February one, but like if there's no space in the journaling page, but I want to keep ephemera from something that month, I'll go ahead and put it here. And so here is March's, and then let me show you February's, which we just saw very briefly. So that's March, this is February. Definitely made more room in March for the different ephemera. Okay, and then I think that's it. We jump into April, and I don't think there's more here. So that does it for like my everyday books. And then we have like my kind of ad hoc journals here. So I did share that I am done with this traveler's insert, but since that video we did an impromptu trip to Carmel and Monterey, so I just quickly wanted to show off those pages. So I filled out 2 more pages. We went to the aquarium, so I used the aquarium map and printed out some pictures. Same with Carmel. We visited this bike shop / coffee shop, and so I got a little dinosaur bike because Miles is really into dinosaurs right now. So that is the end of this traveler's notebook insert, and so I officially dated it. I started it in August 2024 and it goes through March of 2025. And so now my traveler's notebook has a totally blank insert, and I replaced it with another San Francisco sticker, and it's totally blank, ready for our next adventure. And I'm probably gonna edit this late, so there's a chance an update video for this is coming very soon from when you're watching this. All right, and then the last 2 notebooks, one is familiar, one is new, but here's my mental health growth notebook. I haven't really done much in here. Again, I added this feelings wheel sticker from No White Space Stickers. I laid down a couple more spreads, but I just still haven't had a chance to just sit down and handwrite all the notes that I want to write down. So hopefully I can find some time for this in April. And then the very last book here I'm going to introduce you to is an A5 memory keeping journal from Everyday Explorers Co. And her format basically looks like this here. I mean, I'm going to show it to you. It's basically my media journal that I tried to do in my Traveler's Passport TN. It just wasn't working for me, and I just liked this so much better. So I basically redid all of the shows and movies that I reviewed in the Records TN. I transferred them here and then continued on with some of the newer stuff that we're watching. So in this book, it's movies, TV shows. I have one video game that Jacob and I are playing. It's like a co-op game, so it's like a nice little like homebody date night for us. And then I'm also reviewing books. So unfortunately, as you can see here, I did not finish Funny Story, but I have these Post-its here to kind of hold a box for whatever it is we're watching or whatever it is I'm reading, so that way I don't have to like waste paper printing like one little tile of photos. I can kind of do it in a bundle. So those are the notebooks. I think I'm pretty satisfied with where I'm at with all of my notebooks. So hopefully we're good for the next quarter. I don't know if we want to take bets on whether or not I'm going to change anything in the next quarter, but I'm very excited to continue on with the year. Let me know in a comment down below how you all are doing, and I'll see you at the next video, my friends. Until then, have a wonderful day.